Thanks for tuning in to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Some great racing this weekend from Rosehill Gardens. We've got plenty of best bets coming your way. A lot of value in there as well. We'll be putting this man, Mike Wood, under the spotlight in the $100 hot seat later on in the show. And Mike, of course, part of the two-day carnival at Scone. And mate, it is a race meeting that we know and love over the years.
We absolutely know and love that meeting. It's such a big, good track, isn't it? Every horse gets their chance. Some of those country tracks have some tricks, but not the Scone track. Most horses have their chance. Obviously, Rosehill Saturday instead. But we still go ahead with the Scone Cup meeting on Friday, so you can watch it at home on Sky Racing, which a lot of people don't know at home. It's usually such a big day for the industry that day on Friday, isn't it, Stu?
Oh, mate, it is massive. The marquees up there, the pubs later in the day. It's pretty much a Christmas come early for all the industry participants up there. And congratulations to everyone for staying involved during this time.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. Hopefully they can get together on Friday, maybe through Zoom, online. There's a few guys and girls up there who like a drink. They'll find a way, Stu, for sure.
Imagine a Zoom drink party, mate.
I've had a couple of them already, Stu. I've had a couple already.
All right, well, mate, speaking of Scone Cup, that's on Friday. Have you had a chance to run you over that one?
I have. It's each way the field, and I'll put some tips on the website later. Not quite sure yet.
All right, so it's a wait on the Scone Cup, but we've got to get into Rosehill Gardens. So let's have a look at the track conditions, Mike. A little bit of rain around the coast on Thursday, but we're hopefully going for a good track.
It just wasn't getting to Parramatta on Thursday, and a little bit of drizzle Friday, maybe Saturday, but that'll just keep it nice in the good range. We had a fair track a couple of weeks ago. It could get near pace if it really firms up late in the day, but Rosehill has been so fair for the last couple of years, Stu.
All right, beautiful. Excited at Rosehill Gardens on a good track. OK, Mike, 5 big races. There's 9 to choose from, but gee, there's some talent on show this weekend.
There's some talent and there are some tricky races. The Highway race one, there's some really good horses in that Highway.
Yep.
We're not going to look at that, but look at the tips later. Looking across the card, not doing the staying race 2, that's a tricky one as well. We'll start with race 3, a great 2-year-old race over 1,100 metres into the 3-year-old Guineas. Small field, but plenty of quality. Then the features, the Luskin Star, the Dark Jewel, and the Hortensia.
Oh, some mouth-watering races there, Mike, but it's race 3 that we are starting off with. It's the Yarraman Park Woodland Stakes, 1,100 metres at listed level. So let's get into the market straight away. And 7 last start winners, thank you, Mike, are coming into this. And Libertini, who could forget the win of her last year in the same race, but it's Macrura on top, $3.50. The Schnitzel filly, well backed at the Kenzo at its latest. Zefterbrook on the second line, $4.40, 2 from 2 this preparation. Newsreader, $4.80. Love the way this horse charged to the line behind Macrura last start. We've got Marbusha there, $8.50. Another one that's 2 from 2. Bellevue Star, $9.50, leading all the way at Canterbury Fresh. Blinkers on for the Waterhouse camp here, Mike. And, well, look, there's an interesting market to start the day, and we've gone for the 2-year-olds.
Yeah, interesting names as well. Macrura, Marbusha. Good luck down Glendale. That will not be easy. Let's start with a race a couple of starts ago at Musselbrook. Marbusha, Mrs. Maisel, across the Rubicon. All very good horses, all hard to beat. Actually, we'll start with Macrura, Newsreader and Sancy. Quick switch on the replays. Macrura, look, very, very well back this day. The time was okay. I thought the form was good. You can make some form lines through Albuna and Piedmont that makes it look all right. But Ballistic Lover came out today, who flew home in this race and was beaten at Wyong, which just puts a couple of questions to you for me.
Okay, yes, you've got to keep your eye all over the form. And, well, what do you make of this horse charging home out wide, Mike? Always a bit of a flashing light run, this Newsreader.
Yeah, Ronnie Duffy owns a share. What a fantastic filly she looks like. My filly went lame last week. I'm jealous, Ronnie.
Well, mate, we need to make up for that. Hopefully get some money in your back pocket this weekend. And let's have a look at another race now. We're going to the Musselbrook race you talked about, Mike. And, well, of course, here, they were all in the market this day. And, well, what do we make of this? This is Marbusha winning.
Scone isn't a tricky track, but Musselbrook is. And this was a soft track that day. Marbusha was 340 and 1. Mrs. Maisel was 290, ran on well for second. And Cross the Rubicon was heavily backed and ran fourth not too far away at 340. Kind of a pass mark for all three. Not too much between them, Stu.
Okay, didn't see that one in the market. So let's have a look now, Mike, to get this race day started. Keep your eyes on the top right-hand side of the screen as we run our little mini race for race number 3. But it's the form we start with, Mike. And who's got the gold here?
Well, I typed in this data before the race at Wyong today. Macrura and Newsreader, I think, had the best form. But Ballistic Lover didn't support it that much today. Okay,
and Zefterbrook, one of the favourites with a lot of ground to make up early, Mike. Can he make it up with progression?
Yeah, looking for horses that only had one start that can improve or are unbeaten. And the can improve as well.
Yep.
Makura unbeaten, Zeftebrook good the last couple of starts, Newsreader smashed the line, and Marbusha unbeaten as well.
Okay, so gold for all the favourites there, Makura and Newsreader, but Newsreader goes ahead here with distance at stage.
Yeah, there's been money for Newsreader, and the 1100 metres is why, I think.
Okay, let's see if Makura can catch up. Who likes this dry track?
Well, they're all okay. I think Sancy maybe dry Rosehill. She's won there before.
Okay, so it's Newsreader still out in front, Mike. Position and run for the fillies, and the favourite gets it.
Yeah, she's rock solid, the favourite. James Mack on trails the speed. She will be in the finish. She always is.
Okay, so Makura on top there with Newsreader. A couple of lengths back to the next horse in running, Mike. Okay, so we've got two horses here, and you've left one of the favourites out in Marbusha. And look, Bellevue Stars there, Mike, but Zeftebrook, no love for this horse, but there's two we like here.
Well, I think those two maybe come back to the field a little bit after that wiring run today. I was confident that horse was going to come out to it today and win by 2 or 3 lengths, but it just didn't, which I think opens the race up. I will still go with Newsreader.
Yep.
Promising filly, 1100 metres suits, and cross the Rubicon, just SP profile. She could do something at 50 to 1.
Okay, big odds there, but it's Newsreader for us in race number 3 to get our Rosehill race day betting strategy started. As we get to race number 4, it's the 3-year-old guineas over 1400 metres, restricted, listed for the 3-year-olds. And Mike, a small field of serious last start winners here. And Tommy Berry, he's already comparing Masked Crusader with the likes of Libertini and Exceedance. And well, it gets to 1400 metres here, so we will find out. But $1.85, how easy was that win last week? How good is he? We're going to find out. $1.85 favourite. Dawn Passage, $3. A massive win in the Hawkesbury Guineas. You were loving it that day, Mike. I know you had a massive bet on it. Into $3. I don't know if that's yours again. Rocker Clock, no, $6.50. 4 from 6. Ridden upside down fresh. Cold ride there to win at the latest. And obviously Bandersnatch, $8.50. Perhaps a forgive on the pace last time. Bolted in second up last time in. But Mike, Masked Crusader, how good is he?
Oh, I thought $1.90 was too short, and I was wrong. This is a very, very promising horse. When the Hawk stable get promising horses, they often jump in the ratings the first few starts. Dominant win, ease down late. Just watch this replay and enjoy.
Yep.
A form reference to look at. Mo's Crown in the orange, out wide, chasing pretty well. He was 4.9 lengths behind, and he was 4 wide, no cover that day. I'll show you in a second while we're looking at him.
As easy as you like. Ease down. Mike, obviously on the backups, look, there's a few things this horse has got to do.
Here he goes. He could be anything.
All right, well, you'll be loving watching this, mate. Dawn Passage. I'm just going to leave this with you, mate. You would have been cheering right about here.
Oh, I just can't believe this horse hadn't been to 1400 metres since the Golden Rose. He always smashes the line. Yep. He's from a stable that has tough horses. And once again, once he got 1400 metres, once he got an honest tempo, he cruised up and he absolutely surged clear. The rating book says he's 87 rated, but they only gave him 4 points. I think he's well into the 90s now, and he's another Epsom or Doncaster hope in the next few months.
All right, and of course it drifted in the betting this day. You kept going back for more. I can't see that happening on the weekend.
Not enough. You can never have enough fun when they win like that.
All right, well, let's get this race unfolded, Mike. These two, well, I mean, look at the form. They've got streets on the rest. That's what that's telling us.
I guess he was eased down, but we've got to go on ratings. Dawn Passage, just.
Okay, been there, done it before. Progression, Mike. Obviously, this favourite's got heaps.
We are guessing. Who knows, but it's definitely gold.
All right, well, this is looking pretty simple, but we've got to split them here, Mike. Distance goes to the favourite.
Yeah, the 1400 metres, I think. Dawn Passage has been there before. We know what he's like at 1400 metres. Masked Crusader could be anything at 14.
Okay, now track conditions, Mike. You're saying it's going to be a dry track.
I think they're all okay. Masked Crusader, good, soft and good.
Okay, so 1 length, Masked Crusader to Dawn Passage, the favourites way out in front. Does position and run help anyone?
No, but less risk for Dawn Passage. Now the Queenslander's out, so we can position just behind the leader.
All right, so it's Masked Crusader winning, only by a length from the second favourite, Dawn Passage. Looks like a long way back to third there, Mike. Well, look, this is what the punters have got to weigh up. $1.85 versus $3, 1 length, and then what's that? A few lengths back, Mike. Look, this show's about splitting these horses, mate. You haven't really told me too much about splitting them here.
No, we tried very, very hard. Masked Crusader, Dawn Passage. I'm not surprised the money's coming for Dawn Passage, but I can't split them maybe at home. You can split them, but one thing I do know is there's a massive, massive gap to third. So I'm copping out Dawn Passage a place, Stu.
That's not a cop-out, mate. Well, actually, some people might say it is, but I'm with you there, mate. That looks like a pretty good bet.
All we need.
Let's have a look after the break at all the features, but stick around. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We are up to another great race on Saturday at Rosehill Gardens. Race number 6, it is the Luskin Star Stakes over the 1,300 metres. And the last two winners of this race have gone on to run third in the Everest, being Osborne Bulls and Trekking. So can stablemate Ranier do it also? Graff is the favourite though, $3.60. Hit the line well at Hawkesbury, but its last win was August 2018, so beware there. 11.11, $3.90. Well supported behind Dawn Passage at Hawkesbury. Hit the line well. We've got Lanciato there, $6. Just the 2 runs, 13 to 14, back to 13. Finished alongside Ranier its latest, but another one that hasn't won since March 2018. There's Ranier, $7, just a massive run fresh. Trumbull, a little bit of money here, $11 into the $8.50. Strong from the back behind Hightail, and of course Hilo in behind was pretty good form there, Mike. But Graff, it's been to the heights, and it's not the most heights race this weekend.
Well, no, people thought it was going to be a better horse than it turned out to be, but it's still a good horse. We'll have a look at him in a second. Last preparation. Let's start off with a rare benchmark 100 race, pretty much a listed level race, 1,400 metres. And the defining characteristic of this race was a very strong tempo. Lanciato, who hadn't won for a long time, like Stu just said, got his perfect conditions to win. He came to the outside and, geez, he just couldn't get there, could he? But Ranier absolutely smashed the line. Loved that strong tempo, and he was a good win late.
Yeah, that was it was incredible, wasn't it? It was not going to get there halfway up the straight here, Mike. But yeah, look, we've got a couple of these horses we're looking at. Lanciato is one that hasn't won in a long time. What do we say?
He probably should have won that. Maybe the freshen up didn't help him. Face-Toss won next start. The horse that came second there. So the form has been franked.
Okay, look, we said Graff has been to a few heights, mate. So let's take it back to one of those. I mean, look, this is Randwick last year. Soft 7, 1,100 metres. A little race, the Group 2 shorts. Running around Piarata, Classique Legend, Redzell. This is some serious form.
Yeah, when you're making excuses for a horse that's not winning, you have to be very, very careful. If they're racing in higher grade, that's one good reason. But you've also got to look for a horse that does not hit the line. I think Graff is pretty okay. He's not giving up chasing Piarata. He's one of the toughest horses you will see, Stu, so I'm giving him a tick.
That is a very good point. That's why you've got to go back to have a look at all those replays. But let's have a look at the Luskin Star in more detail here, Mike. Who has got the form? We've got 3 on top here.
Yeah, there's only 3 that are in their right grade that are racing well. Graff, Lanciato, Ranier. 11.11 was disappointing last start. Trumbull, good, but he's out of his grade now. Okay,
yeah, I wasn't sure what to make of 11.11's finishing sectionals there last time, Mike. What about the progression here for these?
Yeah, this is the big one for 11.11. He could improve quite a bit, but maybe not enough to win. Sambro can improve.
Okay, well, 11.11's going to have to improve a lot more to catch these, Mike. Still, these other ones out in front. What about this distance? Graff gets the goal.
Yeah, back to 13 might help at 11.11. Trumbull, 13's fine. Sambro, a risk. Lanciano and Ranier, a big risk. I think a steady tempo, 1,300 metres, is perfect for Graff.
Okay, so it could be a bit tempo related here, Mike. What about the track conditions?
We can move through these pretty quick,
going straight through here. So Graff's still on top from Lanciato and Ranier. Can any of them level up with a good position in run here?
Nope, trust the jockeys.
All right, we're trusting the jockeys. Position in run should be fine. And that means that Graff is on top for the ratings there, Mike.
You don't like him, do you? You don't like
well, it's a favourite. I don't think I'll be taking those sort of odds. You haven't really steered me in its direction. But Lanciato, look at these. They're both there, Mike. $6. Ranier, that fresh run was just massive. I'm probably leaning towards that, Mike, but $3.60. Why is that going to be a bet for Graff?
I can tell you, Stu, there are 3 key chances in this race. Lanciato and Ranier will get back and want a strong tempo, which is a risk on Saturday. So I am left with the big boy Graff, dry track, Rosehill Gardens, 1,300 metres, steady tempo. This is his day on Saturday. If he doesn't win on Saturday, he will never win again. So Graff's the best bet. And Lanciato, just in case there is a tempo, he can sweep home late.
All right, D-Day there for Graff and Lanciato. Let's have a look now. Race number 8, the Dark Jewel Classic. And what a race this is. A full field of 16 going around, Group 3 level for the fillies and mares. And there is AMANGIRI on top in the betting. $4.60, the big mare, makes her own luck on the speed. Gee, she's got some will to win. Does love a fight. $4.60. Delectation Girl there, $6.50 on the second line. Gets back, runs on. Sweet Scandal, $8.50. Booming fresh win on the in to take out the Hawkesbury Crown. We've got IRITHEA, $8.50 there. Does it get across from gate 16? Probably does. Dyslexic, $9.50. A little bit unlucky there in the Hawkesbury Crown. And Miss Fabulous, well, it could be the X factor in this race again. 7 weeks off, drawn to swoop. But Mike, AMANGIRI holding favouritism here, and well, she was pretty solid last start.
She's solid. Should she be favourite? 1400 metres? I'm not so sure. She'll have the key factors in a second. Let's start with the Hawkesbury Crown at Rosehill Gardens, obviously. We couldn't go to Hawkesbury. There's a lot of mares coming through this race. And sometimes when you have a big bet and you get beat, you don't mind, do you, Sean? I don't know why. I had a big go to in her time in the last start. I thought she'd just win by a length or two. Very aggressive ride from Bowman, but if any horse was going to beat me, I wish Sweet Scandal did, and she did. So genuine, so tough. She smashes the line, but she's not so well placed with the weights this time. Dyslexic, a little bit unlucky, could have won. IRITHEA, solid on pace. Strowman, Moss Trip, they get 3.5 kilogram turnarounds. They could do something on Saturday as well.
Yeah, look, so many to look at in this race, Mike, but I guess we're looking at the winner and you're saying a good track. Well, that's the secret to this horse, Sweet Scandal.
And Waller's training as well. She is so genuine. She loves racing. She smashes the line. What a mare.
Yep, no, we love those. Let's have a look now. We're going to 28th of March here. We're going to look at AMANGIRI, who led this day. Miss Fabulous running on. Delectation Girls there. But, Mike, I guess a couple of these since this run. AMANGIRI's had a couple, but it's Miss Fabulous that's really had the 7 weeks into this.
Yeah, freshen up trial. That's fine for Miss Fabulous. I think all 3 runs are pretty good. AMANGIRI had her chance. Steady tempo on pace. Delectation Girl, very good from the back, but she does like a soft track, this mare. Okay. So that's a question. Miss Fabulous, really good in top class grade. She's well suited on Saturday, but the barrier she's so tricky, isn't it?
Oh, it is, but you know she's going to be flashing light.
She's one of yours for sure. She's one of yours.
The old flashing light horses. Yeah. She's definitely one of them, Mike. But the Duckduel Classic, the form, Dyslexic's just in front here.
A little bit unlucky, and a little bit of a weight turnaround gives Dyslexic the gold.
Okay, who can catch up here with progression?
Teleplay has to improve. She's doing nothing this prep so far.
All right, so it's still Dyslexic out in front from a whole host of these. AMANGIRI the favourite with a little bit of ground to make up, Mike.
Yeah, it's more the ones that have the question on the distance. AMANGIRI 14, don't really like it. Delectation Girl, if the tempo backs off, she's got none. Dyslexic, she hasn't won at 14. She tends to peak, and Shawnee wants further too. Wow,
here is a race. IRITHEA, Sweet Scandal, Dyslexic and Miss Fabulous, but no goal for track conditions.
No, they're all coming through a similar race, but Delectation Girl is a bit of an asterisk. She doesn't really like a firm track.
Okay, one key factor left to split these, Mike. Position and run. We're left with 3.
Oh, I wanted to tip Fabulous for you, but the barrier just put me off, Stu.
Oh, look, that's all right, mate.
You can still back it.
IRITHEA there, along with a host of others, Mike. Let's have a look now and put all that into our rating system. $8.50 IRITHEA. Sweet Scandal's right there as well. Delectation. Look, the favourites are all here, Mike, except AMANGIRI. A couple of lengths behind, so you're keen to take it on.
No, she is a lay for me. I will be against her from now until Saturday afternoon. She's a popular mare.
Yep.
That's why she's 460, not because she's a 460 chance. I think the best bet in a very open race, Sweet Scandal and Dyslexic, but it could be a race to wait for Saturday afternoon. We know these mares very well. Maybe checking track pattern first. All
right, so Sweet Scandal there for us with Dyslexic. A nice little bit of value.
And Miss Fabulous for you, mate.
We'll be back here, mate. And then let's wrap it up. Race number 9, it's the Ortensia Stakes, the sprint to finish the day. And, well, the Hawkesbury Gold Rush form comes to the fore here, Mike. And, of course, it was VILLAMI that was run over late there. Of course, it's going to be on pace here, but it's Dirty Work, who's been well supported. $4.60 into the $4. Smart win at the latest. Can run some time. Looks to get a nice little trail from the inside here, but VILLAMI will probably be in front of it. $4.20. Looked home in that race, as we said. Look for any on-pace bias on the weekend. We've got Gotta Thunder obviously coming through the same race. Noble Boys there resuming $9.50. Prophet's Thumb looks ready, third up now. Bonamy, $11 resuming. Soothing was wide in that race. They've all come through the rush as well, Mike. She's a class mare, but Dirty Work and VILLAMI, they deserve favouritism.
Oh, not so sure. Dirty Work, Kenzo form. You can have that at those. I'll just look at the Hawkesbury Gold Rush, which is surely one of the best form references. Graff's in this race as well, comes fourth, which is a good run from him. We tipped him before, but VILLAMI, very, very speedy, very good. But lots of horses with good runs around it. Gotta Thunder right there. Spetting to win the grey. Sticking on late when tightened. His run was fine. Soothing 3 wide, no cover. She was fine. Albumin, the grey, running on late. He gets a big weight turnaround. and even Handle the Truth hit the line okay from the back, Stu.
And I mean, this is a time of year, Mike, isn't it? We've come through the carnival. This is obviously on Anzac Day. We're now into the Scone meeting, so stage of prep's really key here.
Massive point. Can Villami produce that speed and power again? You want to see the yard before you take those odds.
All right, well, let's have a look here, Mike. Star Boy, obviously a horse with a little bit of value on the weekend. But look, it's a horse that likes to get on pace. Wait to see if there's any bias here on the weekend. And we know Brett Kavanagh, well, he would have probably targeted this horse to Scone, but he's ended up at Rosehill.
And he'll probably have a little bit of a bet as well. Why not? He likes a bit of a bet. Yeah, I think this horse is going all right. He's a 1,100 metre horse.
Yep.
So 1,200 metres is a bit of a risk. And he was on pace at the same weight as Snitz. Only loses by 2.5 lengths. Obviously went on to beat Grey Worm. Looking through his previous form at Rosehill, 1,100 metres, he was good before.
Yep.
I think he's right in this race from the perfect position.
All right, so a competitive sprint to end the day. Let's see if the key factors can work us out a winner here late in the day, Mike. And form, well, a lot of these have got some.
It is going to be close, isn't it? Villami, God of Thunder, Soothing, all good, but Albumin was good too in the same race.
Well, let's see if someone like Albumin can catch up with, firstly, Progression.
I guess Dirty Work can improve, but he has to this grade. This is much harder. Noble Boy, new stable, could improve as well. 1,100 metres a risk, and Albumin, second up, slightly better as well.
Okay, you said you're likely to risk Dirty Work. Well, it's definitely got a lot to catch up here. Distance doesn't do anyone any favours.
They are 1,100 metre sprinters. Noble Boy, bit of a question mark. Maybe wants 1,200 plus.
Okay, which ones of these might enjoy being back to a dry track?
Prophet's Thumb, strong tempo, 1,100 metres, Rosehill Garden, tick, 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 tick. Just check the bias. Bonhomie, we know he loves it.
All right, so Prophet's Thumb has now joined in, Mike. We've got Villami, got a Thunder, Prophet's Thumb. There's too many there, mate. Even some gold here for Dirty Work positioning run.
On pace inside. I guess Dirty Work could sneak it, and Bonhomie first up inside barrier 2.
Mate, this race, well, it's either looking ugly or you can edge for a nice little bit of value, because Villami, the favourite, one of the favourites, it is on top. The other favourite is only a length behind, but look, that's about 9 horses behind, Mike. Okay, so out of all these, we had a look at a couple of replays. Which one can we go for? Well, they're all value.
There is a theory that we can use to pick our winner. When you've got equal raters,
yep,
and you've got different form lines, and most of them come from one form line, the best odds is always going to different form lines. Prophet's Thumb and Star Boy, both big odds, and both can win.
All right, I know you like some value, and it's good to end that in race number 9 for Rosehill Gardens this Saturday. Stick around after the break, plenty more coming your way. All our other best bets, the $100 hot seat, and of course our charity multi. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We've had a good look at 5 key races from Rosehill this weekend, Mike. But, mate, you've got to get through all the Scone Cup on Friday first. And now I've got to put you under the spotlight, mate, because we need more winners for Saturday.
Scone
Come on,
Cup
let's go.
Friday. There's racing every single day. There's never any rest for me. Shamusu Show, $7. Geez, those wins have been good. I think $7 is a good price. La Grisa, worth a shot of 2,400 metres at $10. Newsreader, we talked about her before, $4.80. Dawn Passenger Place, the cop-out, but we'll take the $1.50 and move on. Add along $2.25. Big, powerful mare. Should love Rosehill Gardens. Graph.
Yep.
Big and powerful. We know he's loved Rosehill Gardens. Aquitaine, a great filly at $7.50. Sweet Scandal, so honest. And Prophet's Thumb only if you can swoop on the day.
Okay, so keep your eye on the track conditions there, but some nice value in there for the $100 hot for the bets, Mike. $100 hot seat time now. It's Rosehill, $100 to play with. I liked seeing all ups. You've got a couple in here, mate.
We were so close to a big result last week. We made some profit with another $1. I'm sick of seeing the negative. So the strategy is to get us above water. $40 all up, 2 places, Dawn Passage, Graph. They both run top 2 and top 3.
Yep.
And then Dawn Passage runs top 2 and Graph just wins by a length and a half with Lanciato running on to second. Prophet's Thumb, we've got a backer on Thursday night, but maybe wait till Saturday if you want to. She's a swooper. And Star Boy, the best roughie on the day, comes in the last race. How good? All
right, there's the $100 hot seat. Time for our charity multi, Mike. Of course, we're doing it for the Red Shield Appeal in 2020. And we mentioned another $1 there, Mike. That was the anchor for one of my duets, but we'll get to that later. Let's start with a multi. Dawn Passenger Place. You've absolutely sold me on this, mate, but it just has to, doesn't it? $1.50. That will be the anchor of the day. Add along to win. Really good at Canterbury. Let's take the $2.25 there. And mate, you've called it, but I'm giving you a chance here. $1.60.
Just to place, though, no win.
Last chance, just to place. That's right. I won't be back in a minute. $20 a win at $5.40 there. And then let's have a duet. I said I'm going to keep doing these till I get one, Mike. From the trials, we've got Aquitaine, and obviously a strong favourite there in for twos. 2 very nice fillies, so we'll put them in a duet for $20.
Oh, we had it last week, didn't we? Another $1.01, and you had Yulong Prince, which was absolutely smashed in the betting.
Yep.
Your dad,
Hartlett's
Howie,
price.
keeps reminding us he gets loads on a Saturday. We're getting none, Stu. What's going on?
Mate, we need to get one, and we need to get a few winners this weekend. But to do that, head to the raceguide.com.au. That's got all your feature profiling. It's what you need to know to see how your horse is going to handle Rosehill. That's all from us. Have a great day on the punt. We'll see you next week.
Good luck on Saturday.